What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Welcome back to the Princess and the Fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I stole your thunder. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I
It's
saw you had momentum in your eyes, and
It's
I
fine.
totally stole it from
Fine. I thought we were gonna do the thing where like
you.
we can't get it.
We still got to figure
track.
out what's going on with this. It's so weird having another podcast and knowing what you say, and then this, and we don't know what we say.
Mm-hmm.
But welcome back. We have a lot of topics today, thanks to you
Mm-hmm.
guys who have sent in your stuff. If you'd like to send in stuff, where can they find us?
You can find us at the Princess and the Fraud on Instagram.
On Instagram, baby.
Or you can search on YouTube if you wanted to leave a comment on like a past video or this video. We do check in on it. So
Yeah.
if there's anything you ever want us to talk about,
And the YouTube channel, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
okay.
is The Princess and the Fraud. I would suggest searching no spaces, and I'm sure The Princess and the Frog movie is probably going to come up.
It does.
Yeah.
So you have to correct it. Or it's also in my personal Instagram bio if you know my personal Instagram. So
I realize I never gave anybody like an explanation of why it's fraud. Because I'm sure people are like, why is...
Right, The Princess and the Fraud.
Right. Why did we pick that name?
Well, Frankie his name is Frankie Rodriguez is his full name. So it was his nickname in high school was Fraud, FROD.
And people still call me that.
Yeah, still
Sometimes.
call you it. Still his little nickname. And it was actually his personal podcast that he started is the Fraud Pod.
Shout out. Plug.
Shout out. Yeah, it's immensely more popular than this one, but it also, has been around since September now.
Yeah. And like we've said before, completely different from this one, so.
Yeah, it's very different audience, but
what do we got going on today?
So today, couple questions from our followers. So first one, and it's I think it's going to kind of lead into our second one.
Right.
But just
They didn't hear that, don't worry.
okay. So first one is just favorite and least favorite Disney movie.
Right. Okay. You lead it off.
So favorites for me, my top two, when I was little and still to this day I could watch it and be perfectly happy. Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is probably part of.
I feel like this needs to be broken up into classic and new age Disney.
I just
There's too
do
many.
it as.
There's too many.
I just do it as what I like to watch the most. So it's Hunchback of Notre Dame and Tangled. Those are the two that
You only can have one though. That's the problem. Gotta pick. That's what I mean. If we split it up, into old school and new school, then I think that's fair because I think they're two totally different types of movies. I think.
But I feel like that's my, if you combine those two, that's me in a nutshell, in a Disney nutshell, is Hunchback of Notre Dame. Picture me as a child watching Hunchback of Notre Dame with this
is the problem, though.
Villain priest.
This is the problem. You're picking two movies as your favorite Disney movie. You have to pick one. But
it's my favorite as a child and now going into adulthood, and my favorite as an adult. Tangled wasn't out.
I'm giving you an option. I said you could do old school and new school.
Okay, so there you go. Old school and new school. But I'm just saying Tangled didn't come out till 2012. How is that supposed to be my favorite of my whole life when it came out when I was 17
I have
years
a favorite.
old? Yeah. So what's your favorite?
I'm letting you pick your favorite and your least favorite.
My favorite is Hunchback.
And your least.
And Rapunzel. Well, you do your favorite now, and then we'll do.
I don't have a favorite.
Okay. Yes, you do.
No, I have too many favorites. That's why I want.
So
I was
do
pushing.
A top two.
I was pushing.
How about that?
I was pushing for the old school and the new school.
That's what we just decided to do.
Old school is Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
And new school is I guess Big Hero 6, but Incredibles 2 is the best.
But you also used to say Zootopia.
Yeah, well,
you had said it.
It's hard. Point. It's hard because I also think it's not fair because you have to split up Pixar and like old school Disney. You can't just
Jesse's here.
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Jesse. Thank you for joining the live video. Almost forgot. It is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday to me.
To you.
Yeah, 25.
This is what he's chosen to do.
Yeah, this is what I want to do on my birthday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I it's hard though because Pixar and regular Disney, it's just tough. But it's definitely between Big Hero 6 and Incredibles 2 because after we saw Incredibles 2, remember I told you I was like that was the best Disney movie I've ever seen. But then again, it's fresh in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not really
it's
thinking
irrelevant.
about old stuff. Yeah, and like there's also old school movies that people don't really find like to be the best that I love, like Aristocats.
Mm-hmm.
No one even cares really about that other than Marie. Yeah. But like that movie was one of the best Disney movies too. But again, it's old. It's so old school. There's so many different types of Disney movies. It's hard to just pinpoint one. But if I had to pick just one favorite one, it would have to be Big Hero 6.
Mm-hmm.
Because Baymax is the best. And the Fall Out Boy made not the soundtrack, but the Immortals song. And I'm a big Fall Out Boy fan.
Yeah, and least favorite, which this is what I thought was kind of going to lead us into our next one, which is unpopular Disney opinions.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I figured you were going to say that. I don't know why. I watched it as a kid, and it scared me. And then I think probably like a year and a half ago when I was first starting my new job, I was doing an overnight, and I watched it on Netflix. And I remember texting you saying, like, it's actually a really good movie. You should rewatch it. And you rewatched it and you still hated it. So
I don't think it has a purpose or a plot. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it a Halloween movie?
Yeah. To me, it's
creepy. It's such an outlier in Disney. There's no other movie that's like that.
It's not Disney. And the reason why is because it's Tim Burton. So
yeah,
you could totally tell. Like it has Tim Burton all over. It's like Coraline and
the only good song to me is What's This? The other songs are so bizarre.
Yeah.
And so
I'm not a big fan of
and I'm not into Oogie Boogie. Like he's out and about during the Halloween time. Like he's the big
what a name
thing.
Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
Sounds like a disease.
I don't understand any of it.
I don't like claymation. I don't even know if it's considered claymation.
I don't like the motion of
them. But Jack Skellington I think is an awesome character. He's cool.
Yeah.
And you know, I'd still be excited to see him out in Disney during Halloween and stuff.
Yeah, no,
but
I would be excited.
I think we've said it on the second episode. My least favorite is Princess and the Frog. And that's just because the movie was all over the place. There was too many characters.
Mm-hmm.
There was so many like not plot twists but plot holes of what was going on. It wasn't really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The who was the bad guy in that? Who's the villain in that movie?
Dr. Facilier.
Yeah,
or the Shadow Man.
Right. He was just corny to me, and the whole like Evangeline. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. And then you have him die.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, because in Disney, they have to have someone die. Like, I feel like they have to do something that's, you know, a little unorthodox. But, yeah, that movie is probably my least favorite. And, well, into the unpopular opinions, some of the Toy Stories are not my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. So then the next one that we had was unpopular Disney opinions, like we said. So I have
We're skipping through these pretty quick.
Well, the first one's just least favorite and favorite. How much can you
do
with that?
I was just saying, get a little discussion out of it. You know,
I think that sums it up. What we like, and what we don't.
Oh, you know what? Let me go back one more time. So if I didn't pick Princess and the Frog, this is an unpopular opinion. This could be the segue into it. Lilo and Stitch. I couldn't even get through the first 15 minutes of it. It was that bad. It was so bad. I wasn't into the characters at all. I was annoyed by Lilo. I didn't even get to the Stitch part. I don't think.
No, we got through. Well, the beginning is him being sent down to Earth or stealing the rocket
to me, that makes no sense for a Disney movie. Like, why did they even make that? And I'm sorry, Jamie, because I know Jamie's a big Lilo and Stitch fan.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it just I don't know. I couldn't get into it. I was trying, and usually, you know me, I could kind of sit through anything and try to figure it out, but no. So anyway, unpopular Disney opinions. What
so for this I have Disney World opinions, so like ride opinions and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can start
and then
with that.
I have also like Disney movie opinions.
Yeah.
So we'll start with movies or
let's start with parks. So
okay.
So what about Disney World Park are your unpopular opinions?
Okay, so first one, I don't like Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah, that's probably your biggest one too, because I know I don't know, but I'm assuming everybody loves that roller coaster.
I do not like it. I do not like the launch.
Yeah, that's the only part you don't like, though, right?
If we can insert a picture, like, it gives me anxiety. But every time, like the first time the most recent time that we went back in January, the picture, without even meaning to, my eyes are closed. Like, I'm in, it looks like I'm in pain. And now I just close it on purpose because my eyes just close regardless.
But this is what's interesting is you'll still go on it.
I'll go on it, but I hate it.
Right, which is interesting because
like,
if you hate it,
I
you
hate
shouldn't
that.
go
Well,
on
because it's like, what, 5 seconds of launching?
Well, that's the only part you don't like, right?
Yeah. But it also gives me like a headache. Like, I feel like the last time we got off,
it's not safe.
The last time we got off, we were like in the shop, and I was like, where are, like, I couldn't look at the like merchandise because I was gonna be sick.
The overhead harness is too loose. Like, I remember it kind of, like, my shoulders are so broad that when it goes over, it kind of goes off on an angle, so it doesn't come fully over and in front of my stomach. It goes like a couple, like, I would say like 6 inches in front of me. So it's like I'm bouncing around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's cool that Disney at least has like a ride that's somewhat of a thrill ride.
Yeah, but then so even with that, like, once it launches, I feel like it slows down.
Well, it's a launch ride. So usually when a launch ride, when you launch, it just goes.
It's supposed to go for the whole time.
Yeah, it's just
because I feel like it's
momentum
slow
ride.
Afterwards. It's not even like I prefer big drops. If I'm gonna go on a roller coaster, I like a big drop or a couple big drops, or like I like that feeling in my stomach. But
I don't. I hate that.
There's none of that. It's just like, oh, you're going upside down, but slowly. And like, you're going around a corner, but kind of slowly.
It is a really slow loop.
Yeah.
Loop.
I'm not and music is just blasting in your ears. It's like torture.
It's fine.
It's torture to
me. I think it's fine.
I hate it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I don't like it. And the countdown. If I see like a picture of when you come around the corner and there's that gate and you can see the car, it like gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't like the line. I think it's boring, the whole like them in the studio thing.
I don't know if it's really an unpopular opinion, because I feel like there's probably a lot of people that don't really enjoy it that much.
I don't like it. Because there's always a long line too, so it's got to be people like it. There's got to be fans. It's like a big thrill ride that people want to go on.
Right.
I don't like it.
All right. Okay. That's fine. What's your other one?
Well, do you have any so far?
Epcot is better than Magic Kingdom. That's my unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find people who agree with adults who can agree with that.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's way more spaced out. There's more room to breathe, quote unquote. There's less wait times on rides. There's stuff to do if there are wait times. You can obviously go through the pavilions and, take a break and have food. I don't know if they'll have better food, to be honest, because we don't really, we do snack a lot, but that'll be for another episode with the snacks and stuff. But I just think Epcot for me is way better than Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which is obviously unpopular. Everyone says that, when you walk down Main Street, it's, like the best. And it is.
Well, that's like Disney.
The only thing that Magic Kingdom has over Epcot that kind of makes me regret my decision is the Festival of Fantasy. If Epcot had a Festival of Fantasy around the pavilion, forget about it. It's game over. Epcot all day.
Right.
Because the Festival of Fantasy is like the best thing that Disney does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which might be an unpopular opinion.
My other one, and I think you'll agree on this because we've talked about this a lot before. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh, it's trash.
Sucks.
It's so bad.
Sucks.
It's so slow. The line, for some reason, is so long. Did we say it's slow?
It's the slowest,
so slow.
Right? It's like a kid.
It's so bad.
Roller coaster.
It reminds me not like the construction of it, but like the ride itself reminds me of like a state fair like roller coaster.
It's just so bad. I remember it was such a big deal that the carts rocked as you moved, and it's
which
like,
does
who
nothing.
cares?
Does nothing.
They don't rock because you're going 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And you think that, like, I remember the first time going on it, I thought we were gonna like go over some drop or like something was gonna happen. That was huge, but it's like it's the slowest roller coaster.
If it was like consistently a half-hour wait, I'd wait to go on it. But the fact that it's at 180 minutes almost every day blows my mind.
And the fact that in the middle of it, not at the end.
Yeah, you stop.
In the middle of it, you pretty much come to a full stop.
Right.
To see the little Seven Dwarfs hut.
Yeah.
With them dancing in it, which is cool, which is great. I love when the characters are in it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But there's like 2 times where you pretty much are about to stop. When you go through the mine and all the dwarves are like dancing and singing and hi-hoing. Mm-hmm. And then they're dancing in the hut. And it's just so random. It's not like it's like, here's the beginning of the ride, go on the ride, here's the end of the ride. It's like, we're going to stop for a second and slow down.
I was going to say, though,
so you can take in the animatronics.
Well, when I first went to Disney, obviously that was the first time I went on it. And it excited me because, again, every Disney ride I went on, I just thought it was hilarious that they always, like, go that extra step. Or, like, they're so, like, Disney's so extra. So, like, the fact that in the middle of the ride, you just stop and you're going through this.
There's no point to it.
Like, I'm like, what?
There's no point to it again.
What? I mean, cool, but at the same time, I mean, we're not Seven Dwarf fans anyway.
Well, it's the oldest.
Or Snow White fans
like
anyway.
The earliest princess movie. It's the first princess movie.
Another unpopular opinion that I have is Wishes is 10 times better than Happily Ever After.
Yeah,
and I only seen Wishes once before it changed over. But I think Wishes was way more emotional and way more inspirational than Happily Ever After. And I also think there's parts in Happily Ever After that are just like wasted. Like, I don't like the genie part. I don't like, what's that part?
When the clock comes out.
Yeah, the clock. Like, that's annoying to me.
To be honest, I do not know what that clock is from to this day.
Where he's like,
that's what friends are for.
That's what friends are.
Like, I get it. You got to pick up the pace, keep the kids interested. But the rest of the show is like amazing. Amazing. And yet you have this break in between that's like the longest break.
Yeah.
For
I also don't like that they use a
cover
version of Go the Distance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful version, but what? It's one of the most iconic Disney songs ever.
Yeah.
If not the best. I could go so far as to say that.
Yeah.
And they use a cover?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
The best part in that show is when they're doing the Pirates of the Caribbean, and when the smoke clears, or not the smoke clears, but the music stops, it looks like the castle blew up.
Everything's on
like
fire.
Everything is like you're just like, what happened? Like that it's not my favorite. Wishes I think was better, and I hope that they take it back.
And I mean,
bring it back.
I highly disagree.
I know. I mean, like I said it again. I've said it before on this. You have to keep it fresh. You have to change it up.
Yeah.
But
I don't highly disagree. I loved Wishes.
How long was Wishes on for? 10 years?
A long time.
Long time? Yeah, I caught that tail end. That's why.
Yeah.
I went once, and then they're like, change it up.
But I think all the work that they put in was worth it. Like, they made... I mean, if you have Out There in there and Quasi's on the castle, you got me. If you've got lanterns rising into the sky and Flynn and Rapunzel, you got me. If you've got the Up house...
Well, another
there.
Unpopular opinion.
As long as Tink is still coming out of the castle, I'm good.
Spoiler alert. Bleep it out. Illuminations is better than Happily Ever After.
Well, Illuminations is leaving.
I know.
So
I think I'm like, it's like a
so
bad...
So you're gonna be real disappointed.
I'm like bad juju. Like, I go, I see it, love it. Nope, we're getting rid of it.
Well, it's like you... with Disney is the same as me with the Rangers. It's like I finally start liking a player, and I'm like, yeah, this is my player. They're like traded. Them. Let me get their shirt. Let me get whatever. They're gone.
They're gone forever.
They're gone.
Yeah, basically. But, I mean, I think I'm excited for what they're going to bring in replace of Illuminations.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And Happily Ever After is fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still beautiful and amazing. And Disney blows my mind every time I'm there. But Wishes was just like, I guess it also meant more to me because it was the first time I saw it, and it was the first time I was there, and I was
and they had the whole like growing up theme. That was the part that got me with Wishes, when they start like playing Peter Pan, saying like, I wish we never have to grow up, and they like have all the characters wishing. That's that.
And I never teared up during any of them, but I was definitely way more emotional during Wishes than Happily Ever After. I remember halfway through Happily Ever After thinking like, is this almost done? And then I was like, this is like it? Like, this is what they did?
I don't know how you did that, because I literally, from when the lights went down and it was like, dun, 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 I was just in pieces. What was that?
I don't know. Maybe it was my phone. Yeah, I was going to call you out on that, because I noticed you went, dun, 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 bada, boom, boom.
But I can't think of the beginning of the...
It's like ESPN or something like that. Oh, no, that's
I can't
fantastic.
think of the beginning of Happily Ever After.
I don't know. No,
but when then the guy started talking, saying, and they all live happily ever after.
He did that in Wishes too, though.
But from the point where it started to the end, I was like just in pieces. And then I would stop and I would contain myself and I would be fine. And then by the end, I was just like, I'm not okay.
I don't know.
And you just stood there.
I don't know. It's all right.
With life.
It's fine. Sure. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. And we even saw it from the lake, and it was still okay. The moment was beautiful, but I'm talking about the show.
Well,
I'm not talking about
a lot of money for okay.
I know,
honey.
That was way too much money. I spent way too much money.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, when we got engaged Frankie rented out.
I did the boats. If you want, I honestly I do recommend it to anyone who wants to do something romantic for their significant other, or if you just want to have like a cool trip like to remember with the kids or something. You can rent out boats that come out. They go out of Grand Floridian. I can't say Grand Floridian.
Grand Floridian.
The Grand Floridian. Change the name, make it simpler. Or the Contemporary or something like that. I don't know. But you can rent out boats that fit up to 8 people. You split it. It's like $600. You're supposed to split it with that many people, and I split it with myself. So
when we got engaged, she just rented out the whole thing.
It's really awesome though. Gary. They give Gary, shout out Gary. They give you food, they give you drinks, which you get to take all home. Like we literally took home cookies and donuts and brownies.
Which if you ask Gary,
soda.
he was like, "These are $8 in the parks." So
yeah, and he gave us a garbage bag to throw it all in. Oh my gosh, so much. But yeah, so you get a boat. Pontoon boat with you can pick a banner if you want. Ours said congratulations.
No, ours said happy anniversary because you told him it was our anniversary.
Right. So happy anniversary. And they take you out for, I would say, what, a 2 hour or an hour? 2 hour. It's a couple hours because they take you out for about a half hour, 45 minutes before the fireworks start. You leave and they give you a tour. They show you some of
like back where River Country was.
Yep.
They show you like the
Wilderness
Lodge, the white
shoe
tree.
Yeah.
They give you information about all of the different resorts out on the lake.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then they like stop right in the middle of the lake and they have a speaker so they can play the music for the fireworks show.
Disclaimer
live.
Though, they don't guarantee that you will hear the music because sometimes it doesn't come through into the boat. So they always will tell you that it's hit or miss.
They probably say that just in case something happens where it doesn't.
But they say that there is a chance.
Oh, it happens all the time. But
well, apparently there's a lower tier that I didn't do where it's guaranteed that it won't work. And then I went the upper tier where it's like it's supposed to always work.
It's worth it for
And I also ordered a bottle of champagne from Grand Floridian where
so good.
Very good, but it was like I think it was like $88 like to buy it from them, and then I checked it online. It's like a $12 bottle of champagne.
But it was great. It was worth it. And then after that fireworks show, they bring you back to the Grand you got me not saying it.
Floridian.
And they have like the little light parade.
Oh yeah, the dragon.
The water.
Yeah, they have the dragon.
All the different ones, like the sea creatures. It's the longest running show at Disney, right?
Ever.
Didn't you
say? I think like in the 70s.
They do it every single night, right outside. So if you're staying at the Grand Floridian, then you can see it.
Well done.
From your room. But we were like right on the water next to it, and it was so. I just remember we were dying laughing because it was just like.
Honestly, if you do book it, request Gary though if he's still there. Great guy.
I really hope that's his name.
It is.
Okay.
Gave a lot of information on the history of Disney if you're interested, and he also says like if you don't want him to talk anymore, just tell him and he'll shut up.
Yeah.
They gave you a blanket, because it gets cold out there. It was really nice. It was very nice.
Yeah, he was super sweet. He took our picture. I remember he was like, "Do you want a picture with the fireworks happening?"
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Back on track.
Right. Unpopular opinions. What are other ones I have? I have a whole bunch. I have a hard time remembering.
Positive unpopular opinion. We both love Figment, which I think a lot of people think that's like a lame ride.
No.
Yeah, we love a good Figment.
Yeah, Figment's great.
Journey into the imagination.
What else don't we like that everyone likes?
Do you know the big one?
No.
We hate Star Wars. We are not excited about Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
Frankie does not like Star Tours, which I like Star Tours. I just like the ride itself.
I like that we were the spies on the first time. So we were the ones that everyone was like, "Oh, look out, there's a spy."
Except
on that ship.
Still never saw that.
I saw it.
But it's super rare for that. So the fact that you even saw that.
But I thought it was cool the whole march until it happened 4 times. Every time we were walking across, it was like dun dun dun. I'm like,
either the march or the show was happening at all times. All times.
Hollywood Studios, not unpopular opinion, but they need to get their stuff together because
they're trying.
Because it really is so underwhelming. Other than Tower of Terror, it is so underwhelming. Just the park in general. Just you can walk around the whole park in maybe a half hour.
Yeah.
Half hour, you could walk the whole park. And it's just, we don't do hopper passes, so I guess shame on us. But like when we're in there, we're like, okay, we're here for the day. And we're like, wow, this really stinks. But I guess next time we can at least get up late, like sleep in and go because we know we have all day.
Yeah, but then you always risk that, like everybody's there at that point. And it's the most hectic.
Well, I don't think it's ever that hectic because I feel like everyone who's there or most of the people that are there have hopper passes, so they go and then they leave.
Yeah. But, we're not at all excited about Star Wars Land.
No.
Or anything that has to, there's too much Star Wars in Hollywood Studios. Like, they might as well just
make a separate park that's just Star Wars.
World.
Like how they do at Harry Potter World. They might as well just do that with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
we also, too much.
I'm not, unpopular opinion, I can't confirm yet, but I don't think I'm going to like Toy Story Land. The land itself, I might like, but Slinky Dog Dash. I don't think from the videos, from the onboard videos and just the videos in general of it, I think it's going to be another Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And the teacups or the aliens, no one, who cares about that? Nobody. Like you're Disney. Reinvent the wheel. Reinvent the teacup. Don't do that. Like, come on. You're better than that.
Yeah.
And then what's the third one that they have? Oh, they didn't even make a third one. They just put the entrance there. Like, this is what bothers me about Disney. Now that I know how amazing they are and how capable they are of making amazing things, when I see them just throw together this just of a land, come on.
Do you know what I'm more excited about in Toy Story Land than the rides or anything? The food.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because
Andy's lunchbox.
You always give me the updates.
There's a Pop-Tart that's like hazelnut. I'm there for it. There's a sandwich that's like a s'mores sandwich.
Right.
There for it. But, not too. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see it, but not as much as I think they could have done better.
I'm excited for it, but I'm not excited to go wait an hour and 40 minutes to go on. I mean, we're probably going to get a fast pass, which we can't because we can't do a fast pass for Tower of Terror and fast pass for Slinky Dog Dash. So I guess we have to just suck it up and do Slinky Dog Dash and then just wait on Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I'm still over here waiting for them to expand the Tangled area.
Yeah, they need to expand. I think that they need to expand.
Make a Tangled ride.
Yeah, they need to start making
Don't waste your time with Toy Story.
Yeah, they need to start making new rides. Like they need to stop refurbishing rides and they need to start making new rides. And by new rides, I don't mean making aliens teacups. Don't do that. I understand it. Kids are it's all about the kids. But like do something that's at least can occupy the kids and adults time at the same time. I know that's tough, but unpopular opinion, it's a small world. I don't know what's happening. Somebody was on drugs while they were making that ride.
Yeah.
However, I understand that it's an icon it's an original.
Yeah.
And it shows. But it's just a little bit, I don't know. I can't find the words to explain it. But I mean, it definitely had my head on a swivel. I was like looking around like, whoa, what's happening? You know, and the next thing you know, it's over. So nothing against it really. It's just not an amazing ride. Like Peter Pan's Flight, amazing ride. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, whoa. And then it got stuck and I thought it was part of the ride. I was amazed still. Like, that's how you know it's a good ride. If I got stuck on It's a Small World, I'm finding a way to get out because it's scary.
Well, there's a book that I read. If there are any Disney fans out there who want to read a Disney-themed book, there's a book called Kingdom Keepers. It came out a while ago. I think it's a series now. And it's about these kids who basically in their dreams get transferred to Disney World at night. And they have to, like, all the villains come alive at night and all the rides come alive at night.
Really?
It's basically Night at the Museum but Disney World.
Really?
And there is a part where they're looking for something in It's a Small World, and all the dolls are alive, trying to climb in the boat, trying to drown them, trying to, like, kill the people.
What is this called?
Kingdom Keepers.
When did it come out?
A while ago, because I read it back in, like, middle school.
I would like to read that
or
book.
high school.
I
have it.
That sounds cool.
I own it.
Give it to me.
There's also another scene where they're in Splash Mountain and similar thing is happening. They fall out of the log, and, like, the logs keep coming.
That's scary.
And they're
about
to go over the big drop.
Maybe this might be an unpopular opinion. Splash Mountain is the best ride.
Well, we've said that before. I think people would agree.
It's hard
Some
though.
People would
it's
agree.
hard though because Everest is always going to be like top dog. But I would say with minus Everest, because that's like more of like, I mean, kids go on that, so I can't take it out.
I think we can make the statement too that Disney needs more thrill rides. Needs more like adult roller coasters.
They need more
like
rides like Everest where kids
park.
can go on it. Because kids go on it. I mean, we've seen a lot of kids go on it. I think, what do you have to be? 4 foot tall or 3.5 feet tall?
Yeah.
To ride it?
Yeah.
You know?
And then last Disney World unpopular opinion, and we've talked about this before, so you'll probably agree. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin does not work. It's a sham.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work. It's horrible. I hate it.
So bad.
It's not fun. It's 0% fun because I don't trust it. People who are like,
it was bogus.
Who get the 99999. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Because
you crushed me. I don't know what happened.
It's broken. That's what happened.
It's more of a people mover where you just get to pretend you're shooting stuff.
It's the most pointless thing.
Yeah.
I don't even like Toy Story Mania.
No, Toy Story Mania I like. Toy Story Mania is fun because it actually works. It gives me
stress.
But
it stresses me out. I just want to go on a ride.
I think it's
I don't want to compete with you.
No, the Buzz Lightyear, whatever. I don't even know the difference between the names, but the Buzz Lightyear ride is just not. There's something wrong. I don't think it works. There's something wrong. It's bogus.
Nobody teaches you how to play it. So how do you play it?
They don't have to teach you. They push a button. I don't know.
I'm not into it.
What else is there? Because I know there's more.
Well, leaving Disney World.
Unpopular opinion. The bus system is horrible in Disney. They need to figure that out.
To that.
Oh, right. Yeah. We're getting into transportation too.
We talked about we're not into Stitch, not into Star Wars. I think my opinion, and it's probably unpopular, Hunchback of Notre Dame and Hercules have the best Disney soundtracks.
Oh, I mean, duh.
But I'm sure people would argue that.
It
also, I was thinking about this on the way here, and I think this is a big statement. I don't even know if you're prepared for this.
Drum roll.
I don't think Disney has good love songs. And I don't know if that's because they're cheesy.
How so?
I think they're very specific to whatever movie they're in.
Like what? I'm trying to think of like an example of a love song in Disney.
Okay, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. What's wrong with that?
Beauty and the Beast, Tale as Old as Time. That's. I can't relate to that with our relationship.
I think that's the point. I think the reason why they're so good is because they're specific to what you're watching.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Sure.
I don't like it.
That's general. They're not talking about animals.
I don't like it though.
Or what is it from Tarzan?
No, it's from Lion King.
Wow, sorry about that.
A Whole New World.
I'm thinking.
A Whole New World. They say on a magic carpet ride. When was the last time you took a magic carpet ride, babe?
Not in a long time.
When was the last time we hopped on the magic carpet?
Uber doesn't have carpets yet, so
like
Tesla's probably gonna do it first.
I just think it's too even, and I'll be honest, I don't like At Last I See the Light. I don't like Tangled's love song.
Well, that's weird. Why?
I've just never gotten that into it.
What about Evermore?
I love Evermore.
Right, but it's not part of the original. Yeah, but it's the same writer.
What else? Yeah, I don't think they're love songs.
What about
love?
What about Tarzan? Isn't there? What's that one?
You'll Be in My Heart is good. But that's a love song between parents. That's a mother-son love song.
You know what they need to do? Disney needs to make a new movie and hire Michael Bublé to write and sing all the songs on that, and that'll be a good love song.
Like, but thinking about my favorite Disney songs, they're not love songs. Out there's not a love song.
That's fine. I'm just surprised.
You want to know what my favorite Disney love song is? And this is going to be horrible. Love is an Open Door. And it's between the villain and Princess Anna. Yeah. That is their best love song.
I think Evermore is their best love song.
It's the most catchy. It's the most universal. It's funny.
Yeah, fine. But I'm just surprised about Tangled. I
know I've never admitted that, but I like I've Got a Dream. I like When Will My Life Begin.
Why am I so tired?
But I'm not that into At Last I See the Light. Like, I like it. Like, when it's in the show, it affects me. But if it comes on my phone, which it's on my phone, it's on my playlist, I rarely ever listen to it. It doesn't invoke anything in me, or evoke. Doesn't evoke any emotion in me.
What were you saying before that? What were you talking about before the love songs?
Oh, I said Hercules and Hunchback have the best soundtracks.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, people will argue Lion King just because I feel like when I listen to Lion King soundtrack, which isn't often, but when I do hear it, I'm like, they got jams. Like, they've got every song is a jam, regardless of what. I mean, it's because Elton John, but so that soundtrack, I'm sure people would argue that that's the best soundtrack, but that soundtrack's great. I think the old school soundtracks are always going to be better. Hercules, I think, has the best, hands down, as the old ones. I think Go the Distance is the best Disney song ever made. People think, unpopular opinion, Mulan, horrible movie. But Make a Man, what is it? Make a Man Out of You? Horrible song. Let's Get Down to Business? To Defeat the Huns?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so specific to the movie.
Yeah, like
you can't go into the world and be like you can't be singing to yourself and be like, let's get down to business.
Yeah, no.
People are gonna be like,
to defeat
the Huns. The Huns.
Yeah.
Did they give me dog? I mean, it's catchy.
If you're a baker, you could like change the words up. To defeat the buns. You know, switch it up.
Or if you're a priest, to defeat the nuns.
Well, you know that's bad. You don't want to defeat the nuns. No, they're on your team. Mulan, horrible.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
Yeah.
But pretty bad. And
I like Mulan.
Even the live action that's coming out is going to be horrible because they're not making it a musical and they're cutting out the dude in it. It's just about Mulan, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what Disney's doing with their live action stuff, but they got to figure it out. Figure it out, Disney. Add new rides. And don't just throw new lands out there.
Oh, and you know what else I'm mad about, and I haven't said anything about it in a long time.
Tell them.
When the Great Movie Ride left, nobody appreciated it when it was there, and then everyone was like, "Oh my God, the Great Movie Ride! Oh my God, run!"
Also,
then it was what?
Another thing. First time I went, Great Movie Ride was there.
Yeah.
Second time, gone.
Gone. Months later.
What the heck?
They were like, "We're closing it in 2 days."
Peace. And then they're like, "We don't know what's going in there." Like, what? Not even like a temporary like show out front, like da-da-da. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
No magic outside, nothing.
No. And you know what? I'm really disappointed in Disney fans because you should have been there for it before it left. When we went 15-minute line,
that dude hopped out.
Was there.
That dude hopped out. I was ready to fight somebody. I was like, "Is this part of the ride?
Yeah.
Is this part of the ride?"
Yeah. Yeah, and then everybody was like, "Oh, boo-hoo, we're taking a tour through it. And oh my gosh, this is the final bow of the cast members." Ellen's Energy Adventure left and nobody said anything.
Probably wasn't that great.
No, it was boring. People would nap in there, but still. Nobody appreciated it.
All right, I think we bashed Disney enough.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
Anywho, what we got next?
This might be a while. Let's talk transportation first and then see if we can get to food and snacks.
Yeah, transportation. This is another thing with the unpopular, not even unpopular, just pet peeves. Now it's just getting to pet peeves. Let's pick it apart. The buses.
The buses.
Here's the problem with the buses. They are amazing. However, when you show on your big screen TV that it's going to be here in 5 minutes, I don't want to wait 25 minutes for the bus to get there.
Right.
And it's okay. I'm okay with waiting. I think we're both okay with waiting.
Yeah.
It's when you tell us something that isn't true. Don't lie to me, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie to me. If it's going to be 25 minutes, tell me it's 25 minutes. Then I can wait. Because now I'm expecting 5 minutes. There's going to be a bus that says, Animal Kingdom, boom. And I'm like, let's go. Nope. Epcot 3 times.
Yeah. So
figure it out.
The reason we're talking about this, we had a question again from my cousin Jamie. Shout out.
Shout out, Jamie.
She's in the middle of a Disney Bound monthly challenge.
Check it out.
Again, check her out. But she asked, do we like taking the Disney public transportation or do we wish we had a car when we're down there? We have only ever done public Disney transportation.
Yeah.
And
we will never take a car.
Yeah. Most likely. We talked about.
Nope.
Well, at least when we get there, we'll never be. We might drive down one eventually.
Probably not.
We were talking about doing it this trip. So
yeah, but now that I know, because this is the thing, I am the one who drives. I'm the one who knocks, as they say. And it would be the most amazing, fun trip, just me and Becky driving down through the states, listening to music, joking around, eating snack food on the way down. And then we get there and, we'll sleep and whatever, everything will be fine. It's when we wake up that last day and we're at the park all day and I'm walking around thinking to myself, I have to drive 16 hours home. And it's not going to be fun. It's just not going to be fun for me. And also, on top of that, we were speaking, shout out Jesse again, with having to pay to park and then parking at Magic Kingdom because you have to take the bus or the monorail from the parking lot to Magic Kingdom. It is, which you don't have to drive to Magic Kingdom. That would be probably one of the parks that we wouldn't take the car to. But it's just one of those things where after you pay to park, and then you go and you find a parking spot, and then you have to sit in traffic when you leave at the end of the night. It is, I'd rather wait for the bus.
I think it's super convenient, the buses.
Yes, very convenient.
Not only, so from the second we get off the plane, we go down to Magical Express.
Yeah, we drop off our bags.
Convenient.
We wait in line for the bus.
Yeah, they take our bags to the place, or we can put it under the bus itself. But, yeah, from the second we get off the plane, we don't have to worry about anything. We get on the Magical Express. It takes a bit. That gets a little bit annoying because I just want to go to Disney and we're waiting in a line plus, them stopping at every resort on the way there. But it's great. We get to see a little bit of the resorts. It's perfect. And then buses have really never been a problem with us. I think we're always just kind of on cloud 9 because we're in Disney World. The only time that it was an issue, and it turned out it wasn't even an issue, is our first trip. We had reservations for Be Our Guest, and the bus took so long. Like, we got in line for the bus so super early to where we would have had time to spare.
Yeah, and I think it said like 10 minutes.
I don't know if we looked, but it just wasn't coming and it's kind of a problem when the people in line are like, is it for Magic Kingdom? No, it's Hollywood. Like, you have the people in the line obviously getting
and
impatient.
When it pulls up, everyone cheers.
Yes.
And what really stunk about that situation was it was my first time in Magic Kingdom ever. So literally we got off and we had to sprint through, like, checking our bags and going into the park. And I couldn't even, like, soak in the first moment of walking down Main Street. We were bobbing and weaving through kids and people, and we had to just sprint past everything and go to our reservation, which luckily they were cool about it and let us in. And then we got to, like, go walk around, and it was my first time soaking in, like, everything. But
on the bus, I was so stressed out. Like, I was ready to cry.
It almost ruined our day. Yeah, it almost ruined our day.
I might have cried. But did you ended up calling, right? And you said
I called and said we had a reservation. We're waiting for the bus, and they said no problem. But, like, we didn't get on the bus yet. That was the problem. I called before the bus even came because I was trying to figure out what the situation was. And then the bus didn't come like 10 minutes until 10 minutes after that phone call.
Right.
And then
it's like we were the farthest.
It's like a 10 to 15 minute drive, a 10-minute drive probably to getting to Magic Kingdom. And then, at that point,
it's at the back of the park.
Yeah.
Too.
So we sprinted, and again, they were super cool. Like,
we were probably
they were surprised how.
Would you say we were like a half hour late?
More, I thought we were more than that. I
feel like we were I think it felt like more because I think they said we were fine if it was like 15 minutes or something like that.
The other problem though was that they were getting ready to switch into lunch. Right. So your breakfast, the last reservation you can get for breakfast is 10:30 because I'm pretty sure at 11 or 11:30 they switched to lunch. So we must have got there probably. I think we had a 10 o'clock reservation. We got there at like almost 10:30.
Yeah. So we were but they were fine. We walked up and I was like,
we were panicking and they were like, oh yeah, no problem.
I was like, we had a 10 o'clock reservation. They were like, okay, that's fine. And they like handed us our stuff and we went in and it was fine. But that was the only time that the transportation was like a huge issue. But otherwise they always say a bus comes within like 10 minutes, right?
They say it's 10 to 15 minutes, but this time it didn't. And again, Disney's efficient. They have a good workflow. They have like the most buses and like employees or or drivers anywhere. So maybe they just had an off day that day. Like usually they're always there, but again, we would never take the buses for granted. Like they're the best. Especially like think about it. We love to go to Disney Springs, and if we want to go to Disney Springs and like have a couple of drinks and hang out or whatever, we don't need to worry. Like the buses are always there to take you home and stuff. So
yeah. Plus the way I know you're like road rage and everything. I would not want you in Florida in traffic or trying to find a parking spot, trying to get back to our car.
Part of the luxury or the vacation of being in Disney is not having to have a car.
Yeah.
And just being able to go hop on a bus or a boat.
Yeah.
Or, monorail and just get home. Like that's same reason why we like going to AC. Stay in a room.
Yeah, the hardest part of it is we have to look at the sign and figure out what lane it's in.
Yeah.
But even that, you can kind of
no, I have good vision. I'm like running up to the sign. I'm like staring at it like, oh yeah, 23.
But he's always like 23. And then we're like running. But even that you can like fudge with because based on what resort you're staying at, you can like get on another buses resort. We stayed at Pop Century and we got on Art of Animation last time because Pop Century had just left or something like that, and Art of Animation was up, so we like ran because they're right next door to each other, and same with all the All-Star resorts. So depending on where you are, you can head to on another bus to another resort that you could just walk to easily.
Totally.
So yeah, public transportation all the way. Haven't done
Always.
the minivans yet. That's an interesting choice too. It's like their version of Uber, basically. They're
Never
just
heard
vans.
of it.
Minivans. They look like mini. They have polka dots.
Never heard of
and
it.
Their vans
Never seen
brand
it.
new.
When
I don't
did this
think they
come
had
out?
them last time. I don't think they had them last
I
time.
wouldn't
But
be
it's like an
surprised if they get rid of them
Uber
because I'm going to
service.
be using it, and then boom, they're gone.
And now we have the Skyline.
I will never
Or-
use the Skyline.
Is that what it's called? Skyline?
I don't know, but the first time it shuts down, it's game over.
Scary. Little scary,
And the
but it
fact-
might be convenient.
Well, also I've heard you only can fit 4 people in it, so that is just ridiculous. Make it to fit 20 people in it. What are you going to do? Have 4 people at a time? Horrible.
There's got to be like
Disney-
a wait.
You know what? Now that I have these expectations for Disney, and I've seen how amazing they are and how they're capable of doing these amazing things, when they go and you know they half butt it, you know, it really just grinds my gears because I'm like, Disney, you're Disney, you make billions of dollars a year.
They're just trying to come up with other options. You can't have a plane. What else can you put in the sky? Skyliner.
I know, and I love their enthusiasm and
Right.
but like you have
They
Disney,
should have taken the Peter Pan boats.
yeah, or at
put
least
people
but
in
this is the thing. You
boats.
have Imagineers. You hire literally Imagineers to imagine things that are magical, and you come up with boxes to just go across. Come on, do something cool. You know,
Yeah,
you're Disney.
it's fine. We'll just keep taking the buses.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then last question we had came from Emma, who's a big Disney fan.
Emma. Sorry.
She asked what her favorite foods were, just a little bit more. I mean, we kind of touched on it in our first video.
We got
talked about
8
our
minutes, so
favorite
we're gonna
places.
rally it off.
So she asked snacks and restaurants that we like even more. We said we would get into more detail with it.
That'll be the next episode. We'll definitely do our meal plan and options and what we
Dining
eat
options.
and where we go, and we'll map it out so we can actually talk about it more. But
Yeah.
what is this? So our favorite
Snacks and restaurants.
Okay.
We don't have to go too in depth with like what we.
Well, you
get,
do yours
but-
and I'll do mine.
Okay, so favorite snacks, we both said our favorite. Mine, like go-to, is Mickey pretzel cheese. But and going with unpopular opinions too. Never gonna have a turkey leg at Disney World. I think they're disgusting.
I've
They're
never
not
I've
appetizing.
never had one.
I've never had one and I never will.
It
Looks like a human leg.
I will try one.
It looks like an appendage.
I heard it's not turkey though. I heard it's something else.
Emu.
I'll try it.
Or
Apparently it's just
ostrich.
very salty. So, and I think each one is like 2,000 calories or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll try one on like a day that I'm just like eating and drinking a lot because whatever. But yeah, you like the Mickey pretzel, which is
I like the
which
Mickey
is
pretzel
fine.
with cheese.
That's all fine.
Always. Other ones like I like the croissant donut we had with ice cream.
You can go to Joffrey's and you can get, is it Joffrey's or Jeffrey's?
Joffrey's.
You
Yeah.
can get a giant donut is awesome. Giant cookie is awesome. They always have really good alcoholic, like cool, like drinks depending on what year it is. We did have the Drunken Elf, which was Drunken Elf.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something. It
The
was during
Crazy
Christmas time.
Elf.
The Crazy Elf, and it was like rum with like rum chata and a whole bunch of stuff. It wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be, but it's pretty good. Again, now that the meal plan includes an alcoholic beverage every time you buy a meal, now it's going to be a little bit different because we paid for that alcoholic beverage and it was like $14 or $11.
I don't know. We shared it.
But anyway, it gets pretty expensive when you get alcoholic beverages at Disney, regardless of where you're going. I know the Fiesta that I got at Mexican Pavilion was a lot of money too.
Yeah, but I like Dole Whips too.
Dole Whips are amazing. I had the half.
The
what was
swirl,
it? I had the swirl.
the orange swirl. you
Yeah,
mean?
orange swirl. That was
and
good.
you had the Dole Whip with the juice in it.
Yes, that was very good.
I am so excited, and I think they're gonna be one of my new favorites.
Oh, right.
For the new cones at Disney
Yeah.
World. If you haven't seen them already, there are 3 new cones. One is the Hey Hey cone, which is, it looks like Hey Hey. It has eyeballs from Moana, if you don't know. It has eyeballs and it has raspberry soft serve.
I'll put a picture of it on the YouTube video of
Yeah,
the Hey
it's
Hey
so
one.
cute.
Yeah, they do look really cool.
But it's raspberry soft serve with the regular pineapple Dole Whip
Mm-hmm.
soft serve underneath it, and then like a sour stripe on the top. And then they have the Adventurers Out There one. That's mango soft serve. That's supposed to be super delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got white chocolate in the shape of like the Up House with the balloons. And then the Lost Princess one, which is lemon soft serve.
Yeah.
And it's got edible flowers in it. So it's supposed to look like Rapunzel's hair. So I'm
Disney
really excited
sweets
for
are
those.
definitely the best snacks. They don't have the best food snacks, I think, in my opinion. That might be an unpopular opinion again. I think they're a little overrated, but that's just me.
But I'm excited. I want to try more. I'm excited for the soft serves, but I like a good Dole Whip. I like a Mickey pretzel. We also are good about like expanding our like what we try. Like there's not a lot of stuff that we have multiple of in a trip. Like we want to try one of everything.
Yeah.
But I'll have multiple Mickey pretzels in a trip. I'll have multiple Dole Whips if that's available to me every trip. But I like their sweets a lot. They have really good, like, the funnel cake at Hollywood Studios with the soft serve, the strawberry, and the chocolate.
If you are, personally for me, if you are in Animal Kingdom, what is the name of the cafe we went to?
Tamu Tamu.
Tamu Tamu. You have to, if you have the meal plan or not, I think it's definitely worth it if you have the meal plan because it's expensive. Get the chocolate chip cookie sandwich. It is ginormous. It is very good, and it will fill you up, and it's totally worth it. Especially if you have a meal plan, because I'm pretty sure it's, I don't know, like $6. But if you want to use a snack credit, we always go by the rule of, what, $3 or more, $4 or more? What do we do?
Just as expensive as you can
Basically, expensive as you can get for something that you want. Like, obviously, don't get something expensive that you're not going to like. But, you know, if it's something that you like and it's expensive, you should do it because you want to get the most. You're paying a lot of money for the meal plan. So it's worth it to go get that, you know, the food item that is the most expensive or more expensive. You know, don't spend $5 on a simple dinner.
Right.
As far as favorite restaurant goes, mine will always be Our Guest. The atmosphere is just amazing. You have to go. It's totally worth it. This will be the first time we're going without a meal plan, so we're going to spend a pretty penny, even though we're going for breakfast. Breakfast is the cheapest. Lunch is pretty expensive.
And it's on the quick service dining plan if you have the plan.
Yeah.
It's still expensive. I think it's like $24 a meal.
It was like came out to like $60-something at one time, and we used our meal plan.
So that is definitely worth it because I think it's like if you spend above $12, you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah,
so
and we spent like $27 a plate or something like that.
Yeah, you're basically doubling that.
Yeah, but it is the coolest place. It's just like the atmosphere is awesome. You have to do it. And Beast comes out, right? Oh, no, does Beast come out?
Beast comes out at dinner.
Right. Didn't someone come out when we were? No. Also, I don't know. I might get in trouble for this, but you are always guaranteed a free coffee there if you're sly like me because you will, get a refill cup, but then they have cups up by the drink station, and I just grab a cup and I fill up a cup of coffee when I leave, and no one has yelled at me yet. So hopefully I can keep that streak alive. But that is the best. It's totally worth it for breakfast. Lunch is expensive, and dinner is like, I think it's $40 a plate minimum or something like that. So if you want to, spend a pretty penny. Also, if you're going to go there for dinner or lunch, you need to literally the minute you book your trip, you need to hope that there's a spot open because people book that way in advance.
Yeah.
If
there's something savory you want in Animal Kingdom, 8 Spoon Cafe has the baked mac and cheeses, and I had the shrimp one. I forget.
Oh yeah, you let me have a little bit of it. Ooh, that was good.
It was good.
It's a little
it was
tiny,
filling.
Though.
I know it's little. It's a snack.
Tiny. Yeah,
it's a snack. Tiny. But they have. I think they had a pulled pork mac and cheese too, and then was it? I think it was a buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But that's really good. We love Pecco's Bill too.
Pecco's Bill is fire.
Yeah, so that's in Magic Kingdom.
So good. ABC commissary.
You can basically make your own. What is it? Your own burrito.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Anything ABC commissary. We like the food. We like their jalapeno popper.
Yeah, they only have that during
Southwest burger.
After a certain time though. Remember,
Dinner.
we went there too early. Yeah, I think you have to wait till 3:00 or 4:00 before you can get it. Because I remember we went there at 2 and they didn't have it. And then the backstage, Backlot Express. Yeah, they have really good fries and really good sandwiches over there too.
Yeah, I had chicken and waffles there. Really crispy.
As far as sit down, we don't do a lot of sit down dining because again, it's very expensive. But I've heard Liberty Tree Tavern is one of the most popular in
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of the section it's in.
Frontierland?
I think it's Frontierland, but I know it's like a separate section. Their menu is amazing and their food is amazing.
And it's family style, right? That's why we didn't go, because it's like big meals.
But I've heard it's very good, and they also have cool different like rooms that you can go look into, and they have like a lot of history stuff in there about presidents and all that other good stuff.
And then growing up, my whole life, my family always went to, our favorite was the 50s Primetime Cafe.
Right, where they yell at you with having your phone.
Oh, it's the best.
We haven't gone there.
We haven't gone there. And the last time we went there, when I was like maybe 12-ish, it wasn't as great. They were kind of, I think it was just an off day, hopefully. But theming there is really great. It's supposed to be like a 50s like kitchen basically.
Yeah.
And when you walk in, they're like, oh, the kids came in to play, like and they sit you down, like really good, just home cooked kind of food, all American kind of food. And they treat you basically like you're one of the kids in the neighborhood who just came in for lunch or dinner. And it's really fun. I think the best experience was my dad. My dad did something where he like wanted dessert and he didn't finish his whole meal or something like that, or he talked back, or who knows. And they made him get up in front of the whole restaurant and do the Itsy Bitsy Spider with the hand movements, and we have it on video.
Yeah, so if you like to be or if you don't like to be embarrassed in front of everyone, don't go there. If you like
that like interactive portion of dining, it's definitely, it can be fun if you get into it and they let you color. And
the other two for me are Trattoria Al Forno on Boardwalk Hotel. That one is really cool. You can use
character dining.
You can use your plan if you want to. I'm pretty sure.
It's not quick service though.
It's not. It's like a dining plan. But yeah, you see Rapunzel, Flynn, Prince Eric, Ariel. And
sometimes sometimes Merida's there.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes they have other characters, or like sometimes Flynn hasn't been there before, but they'll send in Merida. And last but
not least, my favorite that is not part of dining or in the Disney parks, but the Boathouse in Disney Springs is probably the coolest atmosphere-wise. I mean, you don't even need like boats. It's just like really beautiful to look at everything in there. And the food, man, I forgot what I had. To be honest,
I had like a spicy fish taco.
I don't know, but spicy. Oh my god, they have such good food. They have a bar in there too, so if you want to, hang out and have drinks too, or go to the hangar bar that's close to it, that's another cool spot. Yeah, there's like so much like
Disney Springs. Disney Springs has really good dining.
And the last place that we went to, I don't even remember the place that we went to when we got engaged. We had dinner or lunch the day we were gonna leave. I forget where we went, but it was a Mexican place, but they had really good salsa and chips.
Yeah.
So they have really good food at Disney Springs. So definitely, I mean, you can go probably anywhere in there. And I mean, there's so many restaurants. We probably have like 15 more restaurants to try there.
Yeah. The next thing that I wrote down too for what I want to try, Gideon's Bakehouse cookie. It's just, if you search it up, it's just a ball of chocolate chips.
Yeah.
It literally.
What was for people who don't know too, on Main Street, it's technically a Starbucks. It's not named Starbucks, but it's called, they have like baked goods and everything, but it's basically a Starbucks. And we went in there.
Is it the Main Street Bakery?
Possibly. I'm not positive, but it's basically owned by Starbucks, and you can use a snack credit, which I used to get a big, like giant,
huge coffee.
Like it wasn't even like a coffee. It was like a frozen frappuccino or whatever. That was delicious.
Yeah.
And also they have free water there. If you never need like a drink, you can go in there and they have like water. So if you're ever dying.
We said that. Yeah. Cause there's a lot of times where, like I said, I always get sick pretty much on Disney trips. Right. So you need to be hydrating.
Yeah,
you need
but
to be filling up your
we'll
water.
make the next one will be all about food basically because there's
Yeah,
so much
more
we could
going
talk for another
into-
20 minutes on food, and I don't want to. We're already at an hour and 5, and I don't want to go too far.
Yeah. But I love talking about food.
Yeah, the next
Makes
one
me
will definitely
excited.
be all about food, but definitely check out what we've mentioned so far. They're definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get the best bang for your buck when you use the meal plan. Just get
And
whatever's
we'll go
the
into
most
detail
expensive.
next time about how to do that because we always search it and watch other people's videos. So I think it's useful for sure because, you don't want to, if you're making that decision to go and do the meal plan, you want to be doing it the right way. You don't want to be getting, the cheapest thing on the menu.
Also, we will be probably not, I don't want to say full on vlogging, but with the new camera that I have coming in for my other podcast, it's very like compact and portable, and it's like really like high quality, and travel with. So I'm gonna bring that with us on our trip. So we will, again, if you subscribe to the Princess and the Frog, I almost said frog, Princess and the Fraud YouTube channel, be sure to look out for when we go in May. We will definitely be uploading some videos of our food and our trip, and maybe some characters we meet, and some ride point of views. If you haven't seen Slinky Dog, I'll probably do a video of it and my reaction
and
of how bad it is.
And I think, too, we're going to be doing a bit more extra stuff on the YouTube as well, we sort of talked about, because we got a suggestion about the Try Not to Sing challenge, which I think would be better as a YouTube video.
There's a lot of suggestions. Well, thank you guys for also sending in your suggestions, because it is pretty cool to have people
exciting.
at least tell us what you want to see and stuff. But some of the stuff does make more sense to just make a flat out video of us like doing it and just post it on the YouTube channel. And plus, this podcast, we don't have like the unlimited plan to post as much as we want, so we can't just keep posting episodes because we don't have enough time to post it on the SoundCloud. So we're just going to try to utilize YouTube a lot and post content there for you guys. So thank you for following the SoundCloud, but also subscribe to the YouTube channel because you'll see a lot more stuff on there.
Whatever we podcast will be on the YouTube channel, but there might be extras as well. So
if you're
following both, you'll get both.
You won't miss anything for sure if you definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Right.
But yeah, I think that kind of wraps up this episode. That was a fun one. So you can follow the Princess and the Fraud on Instagram at the Princess and the Fraud. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Princess and the Fraud. Just search it, no spaces, and make sure you click "You meant to say fraud, not frog," and it should pop up. And that's about it. I mean,
that's it.
We don't really
sending in any. We'll keep posting, asking for questions, topics. So keep sending them. Looking for intro and outro ideas too. Maybe that'll be the next thing we post to get some suggestions. Yeah,
we got to figure that out. I'm so used to mine that I don't really know what to say. So
keep it simple.
I'm just glad I don't get mixed up, because then we would have to redo this a lot. But yeah, thank you guys again for listening, and we'll see
Have a magical day.
Have a magical day. Bye.